Terex.
Hello, good morning. Wow. I heard a couple of speakers talking about how you matter, how life is about climbing the mountain, and perhaps that's what it's all about. We sleep and we climb, and we sleep and we climb, but we never stop climbing. I'm here this morning to really celebrate the life that we have been given and telling you about a part of my life that really guided me to be here today with you and showing you no matter what happens, we still have the choice, the freedom to choose in what way we're going to respond to any circumstance. I was working on my doctorate and I began to work with Vietnam veterans in the early 70s. I had two paraplegics. One of them would be in a fetal position, cursing country, name it, God. Conversely, the other one was telling me that, you know, I'm so grateful that I had a second chance in life, that I can look at my children's eyes now, and I'm able to really just see in what way I can do the most with what I have, because now I was given that second chance in life. And I remember I had my white coat, Dr. Eager, Department of Psychiatry, but there was a little girl in there, a 16-year-old girl, who was hiding there, who had her secret, realizing I cannot take them further than I have gone myself. So I decided to go back to that lion's den, look at the lion in the face, recognizing I had my secret and the secret had me. I hope today you're going to also share your secret, because when you share your secret, you're no longer in the concentration camp that is in your own mind. Today I will show you that the key is in your pocket. So I went back to Auschwitz. I asked my sister to come with me. She refused. So I'm going to take you back, May 1944. When I was in a cattle car, my mom told me, we don't know where we're going, we don't know what's going to happen. Just remember, no one can take away from you what you put here in your own mind. I needed to go back to my mother and tell her that this is exactly what happened. I came to America penniless. I didn't speak a word of English. I graduated with honor, and here I am today as Dr. Edith Eva Eager. I never forget today when I met Dr. Mengele at the end of the line. Dr. Mengele pointed my mom to go to the left, my sister to the right. I followed my mom, and Dr. Mengele looked me in the eye and said, you're going to see your mother very soon. She's just going to take a shower, and promptly threw me on the other side, which meant life. When we arrived at the other side, I asked an inmate, when will I see my mother? And she pointed at the chimney, and fire was coming out of the chimney, and she said, your mother is burning there. You better talk about her in past tense. So I'm asking you today, how can you find from within when really nothing ever comes from without? Dependency can really breed depression. My sister and I hugged each other, and she said, the spirit never dies. The spirit never dies, and that's what I bring you today, that spirit that they could not take away from me. They could take everything away from me. They could torture me. They could beat me, and they did. They broke my back, but they could never, ever murder my spirit. That's what I bring you today. This is the most wonderful group of people I have ever met. They were just giving me nothing but the warmest care. It really makes me believe that there is hope in humanity. So what happens in a situation like that? And then things were very difficult in Auschwitz because we never knew what's going to happen. When we took a shower, we didn't know whether gas is going to come out or water was going to come out. But I remember I said to myself, if I survive today, then tomorrow I'll be free. Magda and I were cuddling together all of the time. I remember when we were shaven completely, Magda looked at me and she said, "How do I look?" And I had a choice, as you have a choice now, whether I could pay attention to what you lost or what is still here. And I remember telling Magda, "You know, you have beautiful eyes, and I didn't see it when you had your hair all over the place." I think you're going to possibly today somehow go home and see whether you may be locked in your own concentration camp that is in your own mind, and your key is in your pocket. You know, I said to myself, no matter what they tell me, and they told me and I'm never going to get out of here alive, and I said to myself, my conscience is clear, and I decided that they were the prisoners, not me. And from that point on, I found that power within that I bring you today, that I was able to witness myself going through an experience and not to allow them ever to break my spirit. I stood in line to get my tattoo. I didn't. And in December 1944, I was taken out of Auschwitz. I became a slave laborer, and I was able to really just survive because I was bombed, but we ended up in Mauthausen in Austria. And then I survived the death march. And the death march was very, very difficult. And so I am able to tell you now that the liberation came because the 71st Infantry came and they liberated me. The saints came marching in. Today I'm standing here letting you know that there is hope in hopelessness, and I'm dreaming about the world that we're going to hold hand in hand and we're going to form a human family so we can finally survive on this planet. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.